Hi, Taurus. Excuse me. So, I've been loving and not saying anything and just seeing what comes up. Who's being mean to you and why? King of Swords, very harsh energy. Whose words are cutting into you and why? Usually when someone is being mean to a Taurus, it is because they are trying to control them. If you're having financial difficulties or legal difficulties, the King of Swords can also come up. It indicates a time of severity, severity being imposed upon you. Okay, well, end of August, we've got a whole season left. Let's see what else comes up. King of Swords, also the air sign energy at its most harsh. So if you're dealing with a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and their words have been unusually harsh, which is saying a lot for them, then that's on your mind a lot. Taurus hates when people are mean to them. Most of the time when you are accused of being mean, you're like, no, I didn't even realize I was being mean. But when someone is intentionally mean to you, that can really, really hurt you. And that's what this feels like. Someone who is going out of their way, whether they have air energy or not, they're displaying this harsh air energy of just using their words to hurt you. 5 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. So the fire energy is coming through as being very productive, destructive this month. So the fire elements in your life, the fire people in your life may be in some ways breaking you down, but they're also lifting you up. It's an interesting time. It's an interesting role they're playing right now, especially for the earth signs. So a diminishing because of the air sign and the brutality of it all, they're taking from you, you know? And then a building up through this fire energy. This is some sort of a father figure, authority figure. This is help from a larger something, a greater power. Someone who has more pull than you, someone who has more resources than you, someone who realizes that you need help and is able to lift you up to a better situation. Bottom of the deck, the Magician and the Strength card will keep it. I think it's really important right now for you to get clear on what people are trying to get you to forget. See, Taurus can know what's good and what they need to do, and they're all fine with it, and they're like, okay, good, that's what needs to happen, cool, I'm good. But people will manipulate you so hard, and their words will hurt so much, and you'll just be reeling from them so much that you forget your path. And once you forget your path, you get sidetracked, and you start walking in circles, and it's over. So staying motivated, I think this King of Wands is going to have a lot to with you staying motivated, whether they're just really encouraging, which is often the case there with the fire energy, or they're providing a resource for you that you need, helping you in some way, but they're helping you stay the course. And staying the course is also what the Magician card is about here for you. Like, you're being given all the tools, whether you feel like things are breaking down or feel like things are really bad or feel like people are being really harsh. Really, it's all material for your table, for your Magician's table. And as long as you keep that in mind and see everything that happens in the first 2 weeks from now, if you see it all as fodder for the alchemical work that you can do later, you will be pleasantly surprised. So what does that mean? That means that anyone who is being irresponsible and toying with your feelings at the moment and thinking that it's a petty game, how you feel and what you need and where you need to live and what you need to do and what needs to happen with your kids or your career or your job, anyone in your life that's making you feel right now like those things are just completely unimportant and they're having a real cavalier attitude about it, you in September have finally worked up the strength to walk away from it all. 8 of Swords, Empress. And although the change from being shackled in so many ways by our own weaknesses to Empress and being empowered by all our qualities, all our wonderful qualities, although this jump is huge and, may cause a bit of upset stomach because it's such a huge jump, this is what's going on. And it's what's continuing to go on. We've been on this path, Taurus, for a while. What's the difference? I think the difference now is that anything that's standing in opposition to you still is becoming really, really harsh. And the tactics that they're using are getting more and more severe. Because they just don't have your best interest at heart. It's just that simple. And although you may feel, upset by it, although you may feel let down and like you are not being supported, don't worry, because there is going to be support. There is going to be a source of strength that sort of comes riding in. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a Leo. But if it's not a Leo, and the Leo is, I guess Leo is a trigger, just understand that towards the end of the month, all that begins to clear up. Because you keep consistently making the right decisions over and over and over again. And even when someone's trying to drag you back into a situation where you feel lost and you feel out of control, you're finding that, the steps forward that you're taking are meaningful. And it's important to keep taking those steps forward, even if you feel like you are being dragged back, even if it is by your own nature. You have the potential and the ability to do some big things for yourself this month and bring some real stability into your life, but it really will depend on how much you feel that you have to work with. If you feel like there isn't much on that table for you to work with, then there isn't much on that table. But if you feel like there's enough, this can also be a card of abundance. This can also be a card of playfulness. If you feel like there is enough, or if you feel like there is never going to be enough, you're right this month. What you think is how it's going to go this month, Taurus, because you're in that sweet spot where you have the universe's ear. It's listening to what you want. What do you want? And I think that's what the King of Wands energy is going to do. It's going to direct you towards what you really want instead of just kind of floundering. We know we need to pick a direction. Some of us still haven't. Some of us are still, walking in circles, checking out different places in the pen, going, oh, this is interesting. But it's time now. It's time to start moving. It's September, things are happening now. And we need to get you into the flow of what's going on. So the best way to do that is to realize your position this month, which is basically everyone's position this month. I think that's why the Magician card keeps coming up. Realize this is you with the things on your table, and the things on your table may be your worst past experiences. They can still be used as raw material. Do not doubt your path. Whatever has happened on your path has become that raw material and can be used accordingly for whatever you want. For despair and misery, or love and abundance. Okay, let's take a look at these cards, and then I'll put cards for the extended as well. I'll be right back.
Hi. Okay, Taurus, take a look. King of Swords, 5 of Swords. So right away, the harshness and the manipulation, you feel as if something is being taken from you. It can feel very unfair. Someone in a position of authority taking advantage of it. Position of authority over you, they have some kind of power over you and taking advantage of it. you feeling very diminished. And yet, there is an influence here that puts you back up on your feet and gets you on your way, albeit slowly. Watch for that fire sign influence in the second week of September. Until then, when you start to feel the really unfair treatment, when you start to feel like, why would anyone do this to me? Why is this happening to me? Just remember that in a week, you'll feel very different. Things are turning around in a great way for everyone. The Magician card. Your time to manifest, third week of September, is great. Take advantage of that Leo season energy. Take advantage of Jupiter and Venus being together. Take advantage of the fact that lots of alchemy is possible now. Lots. You can change a lot in your life right now if you learn how to give up the distractions and give up that which in your nature is keeping you isolated from people. See, sometimes it's our ability to tolerate abuse that keeps us isolated from people because we can't talk about it. Sometimes it's our inability to become serious about something because we know once we get going, we might do really well. Sometimes the Eight of Swords can be simply being treated Five of Swords, King of Swords like this for so long that you begin to believe that the abuse is your reality. So instead of failing at something, you feel like a failure. September comes in and makes you reevaluate where you are naming yourself with the wrong labels. It provides you with the raw materials you need, but you still need to be the one making the effort and putting it into play. You need to know what you want and plan it out. When you feel that gentility of spirit start to kick in and you feel timid and you feel scared, tapping into that Leo energy is where it's at for you. As a major arcana road sign in the dark, it's saying be strong. This one is saying be smart. Use what you've got. Start where you are. Move forward from where you are. Don't stop. Persevere. Be brave. Courage. Don't get distracted. Especially not by those who don't have your best interests at heart, but also not by your own shortcomings. Don't get distracted from the larger goal here, which is your abundance and security. Don't get distracted by temporary setbacks. Don't get distracted by authority figures who may rub you the wrong way even though they're trying to help you. Don't even get distracted by your own success when you start to feel better. Don't let it get to your head. Focus is the name of the game for Gemini, for Virgo, and for you. Focus, focus, focus. Focus is what's going to keep you from falling backwards. It's going to keep you climbing up the staircase. Okay? Just because someone appears on the staircase that has a very bad attitude and you have to take a few steps back to get out of their way and reroute yourself, there are people there to help you. There are people there to guide you along and lift you up. So we get back up on the staircase or we start moving up again. We are unhindered. We start to pick up a lot of speed. We start to spiral up. Knowing that we'll need this strength, it would be good to cultivate a practice that would develop your strength now. Tai Chi is a great option here. Focus is needed. So meditation is big for you this month, especially towards the end of September. And meditation and misery are not the same thing, Taurus. So meditation to keep you from being distracted and also to keep you from getting into your own self-pitying mindset. We don't want to do this in September. There's too much good stuff going on. We don't want to do this. And we leave September and enter October feeling really good about ourselves. Really, really good. So it's a bit of an up and down month. You know, the Virgo video is called High Low. The Gemini video is all about focus. And I feel that you guys are a mix of the two. There is a need for focus here to shut out the negative voices that, of course, we knew were going to appear if you started to climb up the staircase. We knew this was going to happen, but it doesn't take away the impact of it because your spirit is gentle. So fortifying the spirit a little bit. I'm serious about that Tai Chi and that meditation. It will really help you this month. But also make a list of what it is that you want to manifest. How big do you want to dream right now? How tall and how far up does this staircase reach? And do we sit back and let ourselves slide backwards just because we have a setback? Or do we keep going? Now is the time to teach yourself, to program yourself with a new way of being. Perhaps now you can decide in September that you are the sort of Taurian who can take 2 steps back and take 10 steps forward and not beat yourself up in the process for letting your feelings get hurt or letting someone distract you, but just get back up and get back on the road and focus. The only thing really that can keep you from the continued greatness we've been talking about, the only person that can keep you from the staircase that ultimately ascends to this point, major arcana guidance there being you win, ding, 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 earth sign security at its finest. The only thing that can keep you from it are these swords in your mind. The eclipse season already showed you what these swords are, but you're so stubborn, now it's up to you to let them go. All the eclipse did was show you what they are. It didn't actually wrench them away from you. You're too stubborn. You are going to have to do that yourself, but you like to do things for yourself, so here we go. Yeah? All right, let's pull some cards for the extended, and then we'll apply those to the cards on the table. And we'll go through the bottom of the deck. If you've seen the Gemini extended that's up or the Virgo, then you know what I've been doing is I've just been going through the whole deck till it's like almost gone. Just card after card, like picking it up off the bottom. It's super fun. Tells such a story. And I feel like they're so much more far-reaching when you do them that way, so that's fun. So now we're looking for some clarifying cards for what's already out. What else are we looking out for? Whatever we need more insight on. 9 of Wands, okay. So much still to be revealed. So much good stuff yet to come that we cannot see yet. Makes sense with the 8 of Swords. 5 of Wands, and with those opportunities coming to fruition, slowly coming into your awareness, come all the people who really just don't want to see you get them. What is up with this? What's with all the haters? Why so many right now? I don't understand. I guess your staircase is too glistening, too gleaming. Oof. Okay. There are your extended cards. I told you we've been going through the bottom of the deck, so this just makes sense. Okay, here we go. So we will take a look at these. I'll do a whole new spread with these cards in the extended. I know there are a lot of them, but we've been doing this thing where we look at the bottom of the deck, so this is kind of perfect because it's the same concept. So like a story, we'll read through these. Okay. All right, Taurus. That is your general reading for September. Your extended will be up on Vimeo. The links will be below. There will also be a PayPal link if you prefer. And after the extended here, I'm going to do the Taurus Gemini cusp reading as well. So stay tuned for that. I love you guys. It's going to be a good month. Just keep climbing. I'll see you in the extended, and I'll see you in October for the Halloween videos. Woo!